Hello everyone, welcome to the Yarn Bowl Crochet. In this video we're going to see how to crochet this beautiful rose flower pot. It's easy, simple pattern, perfect for Mother's Day gift. If you want a free written pattern of this rose flower pot, it's available in my website, theyarnbowlcrochet.com. Link for that is available in the description. If you have an Instagram account, do follow me on my Instagram handle as well. I post project updates and fun reels on my Instagram. And if you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. I'm going to use acrylic yarn for working this rose flower pot. So I'm going to use two colors for a rose flower pot, the pot and the dirt, and green color yarn for the leaf, and you can choose any bright color for working the rose. So I've chosen hot pink here, and we'll need hot glue gun, and we'll need some stitch marker, and we'll need floral wire or stem, and I'm going to use 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. We'll need some polyfill, scissors, and I'll also need a water bottle cap to make this base stay flat, and some pebbles to add in weight for the rose flower pot. Let's start with working the flower pot. So I'm going to work a magic ring, and then I will work 6 single crochets on the magic ring. So we're going to work in a spiral, so we are not going to work slip stitches at the end of each round. So we'll need a stitch marker to identify the starting stitch of each round. After you have worked 6 single crochets, tighten the magic ring, and we'll start round 2 right away. So now for round 2, we are going to work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. So after you work your first stitch, make sure you mark your first stitch with a stitch marker. And then work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. You should have 12 stitches at the end of round 2. After round 2 is worked, tighten the magic ring even more and secure it with a knot. Let's start working round 3. For round 3, I'm going to work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. Mark your first stitch with a stitch marker and proceed working 2 single crochets on the next stitch. So repeat working 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. You should have 18 stitches at the end of round 3. Continue working round 3. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Now for round 4, I'm going to work only in the back loops of each stitch. So you can see 2 loops here. I'm going to just pick up the back loop and work my stitches. So I'm going to work 1 single crochet on the back loop of each stitch around. Work 1 single crochet on the back loop of each stitch around. I'm just going to pick up the back loop and work 1 single crochet on it. So go ahead, work 1 single crochet on the back loop of each stitch around. You should still have 18 back loop single crochet stitches at the end of round 4. So now from round 5 on to round 9, next 5 rounds we are just going to work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. So we'll still have 18 stitches at end of all these rounds. And while you're working these rounds, do not forget to mark your first stitch with this stitch marker, and then proceed working one single crochet on each stitch around. So I'm working my round 5 here. So we're going to do the same thing for 6, 7, 8 and 9 as well. Go ahead, work your round 5. Now that round 5 is complete, I'm going to work round 6. For round 6, I'm still going to work one single crochet on each stitch around, marking my first stitch with a stitch marker, and I'll proceed working one single crochet on each stitch around. Go ahead, work one single crochet on each stitch around. I'll be working one single crochet on each stitch around for round 7 as well. This is my round 7. Go ahead, work one single crochet on each stitch around. So make sure you count the number of stitches while you're working this non-increment or decrement round. So go ahead, repeat working the same thing until your round 9 is reached. So I'll meet you at the end of round 9. So now I have worked all my stitches until round 9. So now we're going to work a slip stitch on top of the front loop of starting stitch. I'll work a chain 1 and then I'll work one half double crochet on the front loop of same stitch. Now I'll go ahead work one half double crochet on the front loop of each stitch around. Go ahead, work one half double crochet on the front loop of each stitch around. So that will be your round 10. I'm gonna just pick up the front loop and I'll work one half double crochet on it. Go ahead, repeat this around, and once that is done, we'll work a slip stitch on top of your starting stitch. So this is my last front loop half double crochet stitch. After I work my last front loop half double crochet stitch, I will work a slip stitch on the starting half double crochet stitch, and then work slip stitch and then fasten off. Then we'll after the slip stitch, we'll fold this half double crochet stitch so that it looks at the part edging, and then you can just weave the ends. So we have worked the part here. Next step is to work the dirt. Let's go ahead, work dirt. After this, that's our part. Next step is to work the dirt. Now for the dirt, I'm gonna work a magic ring, and then I'll work 6 single crochets on the magic ring, just like we did in the pot. So you should have 6 stitches at the end of this round. After this, tighten the magic ring and we'll start working the round 2 right away. Now for round 2, I'll work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. You should have 12 stitches at the end of round 2. Go ahead, work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. You should have 12 stitches at the end of this round. So that's your round 2. Tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. Now For round 3, I'll work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. Mark your first stitch with a stitch marker and then proceed working 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. You should have 18 stitches at the end of this round. After round 3 is worked, leave a long tail and then work a slip stitch, fasten off. Now we're going to sew this around the pot using the long tail that we left on the dirt. So I'm going to add the water bottle cap to the base of the pot, and then I'll add some pebbles and then fill it with polyfill just to add some weight for our flower pot and the base to be flat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the dirt with the pot. So I'll use the back loop of the dirt and then the back loop that we left while we are working the half double crochet stitches on the pot on the last round of the pot. So we're going to just weave around those stitches of the dirt and the pot using a sewing needle. Just work stitches around. I'll meet you once this is done. After you have attached the pot and the dirt, you can just tuck in all the odd bits of the yarn inside the pot. So now that is the pot that we worked on. Now since we have added some pebbles, it gives some weight. So now we have to add the leaves, sepals and the flower. Let's start working the leaf. I'm going to show you how to make one. Follow along and then make one more of this leaf. We'll need 2 of these leaves. So I'm going to start working chain 8. Go ahead, work chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 6, 7, 8. Now I'll work 3 slip stitches on the second chain from the hook. So this is really a tricky part, working 3 slip stitches on the same chain, but that's how we are going to do this. We'll work 3 slip stitches on the second chain from the hook, and then I'll work 1 single crochet on the next chain, and then I'll work 1 half double crochet on the next chain, and then I'll work 1 double crochet on the next chain, and then I'll work 1 half double crochet on the next chain, and then I'll work 1 single crochet on the next chain, and then in the last chain I'll again work 3 slip stitches to turn around our work to the other side. Make sure you work with a little bit of yarn that's left while we are starting the chain, and then on the opposite side now work 1 single crochet on one stitch, 1 half double crochet on the next stitch, 1 double crochet on the next stitch, 1 half double crochet on the next stitch, 1 single crochet on the next stitch, and then work 1 slip stitch on top of your starting slip stitch to close this round. So now that is your first leaf. You're going to follow the video and work 1 more leaf for our rose pot. After this, you can fasten off and weave the ends. Make 1 more leaf following the same pattern and snip off all the odd bits. So we're done with the leaf. Let's proceed with the rose flower. So for the rose flower, I'm gonna chain 24. So work 24 chains. And once you're done working 24 chains, you're gonna work 3 double crochet stitches on the 4th chain from the hook. So work 3 double crochet stitches on the 4th chain from the hook. After that, you will work a chain 1 and skip 1 chain and work 3 double crochet stitches on the next chain. You're going to repeat this till the end. Work a chain 1, skip 1 chain, and then work 3 double crochet stitches on the next chain. Chain 1, skip 1 chain, and then work 3 double crochet stitches on the next chain. After working 3 double crochet stitches, we are going to work a chain 1, skip 1 chain, and then work 3 double crochet stitches on the next chain. Repeat this till the end. Now we are in the last chain. On the last chain, I'll go ahead work my last 3 double crochet stitch set, and we'll be done with row 1. Now for row 2, I will work a chain 1, chain 2, and then turn my work, and then I will work 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet of the previous row, and then I'll work through double crochet on the second double crochet, and then I'll work 1 double crochet on the last double crochet, After this, I'll work a chain 2 and then I'll work a slip stitch on the chain 1 space of the previous row, and then I'll go ahead work chain 2 again. Then I'll work 1 double crochet on the first double crochet of the previous row, and then I'll work 2 double crochet on the second double crochet of the previous row, and then I'll work 1 double crochet on the third double crochet of the previous row, then work a chain 2, and then we'll work a slip stitch on the chain 1 space of the previous row. Then I'll work chain 2, and then I'll work 1 double crochet on the previous row on top of the first double crochet. Then I'll work 2 double crochet on top of the second double crochet, and then I'll work 1 double crochet on the third double crochet, and then I'll work a chain 2, and then I'll work slip stitch on the chain 1 space. So we're gonna form the petals like this till the end. In the last double crochet we'll work little differently, but work till your last double crochet. I'll show you how to finish in the last double crochet stitch. Follow along and work petals till the end. Now we are in the last leg. I'm gonna work a chain 2, work a slip stitch on the chain 1 space, and then I'm gonna work a chain 2, and then I'll work 1 double crochet on the first double crochet stitch, then I'll work 2 double crochet on the second double crochet stitch, and in the last double crochet stitch, instead of working 1 double crochet, we will work 5 double crochet stitches. Work 5 double crochet stitches. 5 double crochet stitches. So this should naturally bring your work down till the row 1, and then I'm going to work a slip stitch on the row 1 double crochet stitch. After this, you're going to fasten off and snip off all the odd bits of yarn. Work a slip stitch, weave your ends, and then fasten off. You don't need a long tail for this, you can just snip off the odd bits after you weave the ends. So this will be your rose flower. We'll see how to wrap it up. Before that, we'll work the sepal. For working the sepal, I'm gonna work a magic ring, and then in the magic ring I'm gonna work 5 single crochet stitches on the magic ring. And then after working 5 single crochet, I'm going to tighten the magic ring, and then I will work a slip stitch on top of my starting stitch. After you work your slip stitch, start working chain 4. After you work chain 4, work 1 single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I work 1 double crochet each on next 2 chains, and then after you work your double crochet stitches, work a slip stitch on the next single crochet on the magic ring, and then start working chain 4 again. This is our first one. We need 5 of this sepal. I'm gonna work single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I'll work 1 double crochet each on the next 2 chains. After I work the double crochet stitch, I'm gonna work a slip stitch on the next single crochet stitch on the magic ring. So we have 5 single crochet stitches on the magic ring, so we'll need 5 of these sepals. And then I'm going to work a chain 4 again, and then I'll work a single crochet stitch on the second chain from the hook, and then I'll work 1 double crochet each on the next 2 chains, and then work a slip stitch on the next chain, repeat this 2 more times. We're done with that. So work a slip stitch on your last single crochet stitch or the starting stitch where we started off, and then slip stitch, weave the ends and snip off all the odd bits of yarn. So we are done with the sepal now. Next part is just assembling all your parts together to make the rose pot. So this is the right side, and when you turn it around it will be the wrong side. So now I'm taking the floral wire, just cut it about like less than 10 inches, and then wrap the green yarn around it with the help of glue gun, and then I'll snip off the yarn, making sure that the yarn is wrapped on the floral wire correctly. Now I'm going to take the end where we worked 5 double crochet stitches and then start wrapping this rose around the floral wire like I show you using glue gun. Roll it around so that it looks like a rose. Make sure you attach the glue gun. Make sure you attach the hot glue while you wrap this rose around the floral wire. Give it time for it to just stick it. Now attach your sepal on the floral wire under the rose flower with the right side facing downside. Now you can attach other end of the stem to the rose pot. Add hot glue as required. Make sure it is nicely stuck to the base. After this, you will use the hot glue to paste the leaves on either side of the stem. That's it, you're done with the rose pot. So I usually take the fuss on the yarn by showing a lighter on the rose pot or any other roses that I make. So it will give a nice finishing to your work. That's it, your rose pot is done. I just made them in plenty of colors. If you want a free written pattern of this rose pot, it's available in my website theyarnbowlcrochet.com. Link for that is found in the description. And if you have an Instagram account, do follow me on my Instagram handle as well. I post project updates and fun reels on my Instagram. And if you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.